You right?
Jesus, what was going on there?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Why are you ringing me?
No?
Yeah, what's up?
What the fuck?
What are you doing?
I'm in the gym.
Why are you ringing me?
Oh, sick.
What do you mean?
Well, why'd you ring me?
Because Giles never rings me, and I just saw a phone call from Giles, and I was like, "Oh, Jesus Christ!"
I think that
No,
that
you-
might have been an accident. I'm
You
not
rang
sure.
me.
No, you rang me.
You know what, Jordan?
Yeah.
You're live on the Motus Prodcast. Bye.
Does he get to hear that, do you reckon?
I think so.
So funny.
You're right, people.
Fuck?
Sorry, that was. Oh, we just peaked the shit out of our mics.
I really hope that he could hear that.
I think he can probably. Sorry, we were testing out our gear again because we can do phone calls. So hopefully you guys could hear that as well.
Oh, the phone call just ended. He's training in the gym.
He's like, oh,
You're live on the Motus Podcast.
how you doing? We're back. Like less than a week.
Yeah.
Nailed it. This will go live at some stage, ASAP, because we got relevant stuff to talk about because stuff has happened.
Well,
Jordan just said, ah ha ha, fuck me.
well, last week we did have a big topic to talk about, and then you reminded me today.
just
You're like,
forgot it.
yeah, we didn't talk about it.
Yeah, but now we got cool stuff to talk about as well. I need a book to hold. There we go. My notes open.
Nice.
Yeah, Motus Prodcast with your two faithful hosts, Kelan Ryan and Giles Kelan. We always need to remember to do that because all the podcasts I listen to, they're like, oh, we're your hosts, and we just forget and start rambling.
If anyone new joins, they would know who our names are.
No, well, unless they could read the
randomly
description.
join.
There's in the description. I think we arrogantly say that we're the Parkour's most favourite podcast. No, Darwin's going downstairs. Darwin's being...
fuck.
He was resting, and we were like, this is the perfect time to do the podcast, and now he's wandered off.
What's downstairs that you could fuck up?
Everything.
Yes.
But also nothing. He's just going to sit at the door and bark because he probably needs a piss. But it's fine.
Nice.
Yeah, this is the podcast where we occasionally talk about parkour, but mainly talk about bowel movements and my dog.
Very much.
Yeah. What does that say? Oh, that says Tory scum, but we'll go on to that later.
Yeah. Nice. I think we should... Should we go straight into Storror's fucking crazy...
The Storror Blackout Manhunt
thing.
Challenge thing.
Yeah, because yesterday we were
together
sitting patiently waiting for this announcement.
Sorry, I'm moving my mic. I know this is noisy.
Nice.
Oh no. Go on, carry on.
Well, because it's their 10-year anniversary, so I thought it was...
10, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, so...
I thought... this is sick, but I was expecting something fucking crazy, game-changing sort of... Because I thought there was going to be like a big switch-up.
Rewind, because... So the anniversary was Saturday, right?
Yes.
We did this podcast on what, Thursday, I think? Wednesday, Thursday. And we obviously talked about it, and we said there's got to be something, but there hasn't been any pre-hype.
Yeah.
On Saturday, they dropped a very impressive lookbook for some really nice clothes. That's the dog.
Nice.
In terms of clothing, what do we got? We got...
I don't even know, to be honest.
So
I know there's like a long sleeve in there, right?
There's a cool like motocross style, like sublimated long sleeve that was looked like the kind of most progressive piece out of it.
Yeah.
And then some cargo pants that Luke would love because they got the like knee patches. Mm-hmm. They're like motocross theme. There's definitely like a bit of a theme there.
Mm.
It's the Odyssey collection, which is like, that means like 10 years of... Darwin just crying.
Probably.
My poor dog.
He might shit himself.
No, he won't. He just wants to go outside because he's seen lorries and things. What
an exciting life.
He just sees cars and he's like, I want to go and see them.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear that, listeners. My dog is the most vocal. He just talks, and the problem is when he wants something, he just literally cries and moans.
Poor guy.
Hopefully he'll come back up. If he doesn't, I might have to pause this and just take him around the block, which will be a real shame.
Yeah. Anyway, so what have they got? They got a long sleeve.
Couple of t-shirts, a hoodie that's like the RTA hoodie, but white this time. So they've basically done like a load of throwbacks to previous things, because some of their designs have like old references on it. It's like Super Tramps and things like this. And then, but I think as a collection, it's really cool. Oh God.
Oh, that was loud.
Some really cool pieces. The motocross long sleeve I really like the look of. They said that they had a few delays due to COVID, and I assume that will be like the factory made stuff, which will be the trousers and the motocross thing, which we're suffering the same kind of consequences of.
They didn't create a video lookbook, did they? No, if so, I haven't seen it.
Normally Toby smacks one of them out, but I haven't seen anything yet.
They're helpful to see what they actually look like on someone moving.
The one thing I found interesting and kind of not disappointing, but like I feel like they missed a trick on was that was obviously like the 10-10-10 announcement on the day of their thing.
Yeah.
They released a lookbook, which you go to the website and there's a massive button that says shop this lookbook on the store.
Which is what I clicked.
And then there's no products on the store. Because obviously you're like, oh, sick.
I guess that's just that must be automatically set up like that.
Yeah. But they also didn't announce a release date for the clothing. And I just kind of saw a load of their like, they've obviously got such a big following. They've got kids with their wallets out ready to spend. And they were like, oh my God, these clothes. Like Storror could probably poo on a t-shirt and somebody would buy it. But there's no, they're like the kids have got their wallets out ready to buy.
Yeah.
But there's no like, oh, actually it's coming out on this date or, do you know what I mean? It was just like, oh, here's the lookbook.
Have they purposely done that though? Do you think, or not really? Do you think that?
I can't see why there's a benefit of doing that.
No, neither can I.
But
maybe they just genuinely don't know because of the delays.
Yeah,
like,
but I think
really rough.
There could have been better
schedule,
clarity behind that.
But anyway, so on their anniversary, they announced that there was something coming.
And I was like, is that... They said there was stuff coming on Monday.
Yeah.
And Toby told me there was something else coming that day. And I kind of like checked every so often throughout the day and couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
And then as I got into bed, I then like checked my phone and they released the trailer for Odyssey, which is obviously the documentary that we'd heard stuff about. Sounds like sort of confirmed that it has been delayed somewhat. That was Darwin headbutting the table. But also confirmed that there is a documentary happening, which sounds like it's like a 10-year culmination talking about everything with it. Also some really interesting stuff at the end regarding this poor, you would think we mistreat him.
Last podcast, he was in the room, right?
Yeah. And he just slept.
Yeah.
And he was sleeping as we started this and then he's just woken up.
Oh, fuck's sake.
No, he wasn't sleeping. He was chewing his thing. What did you think about the trailer?
I didn't think it looked... Well, when I first watched it, I didn't think it was a trailer for their documentary. I thought it was a trailer for, like, learning how to move all as one.
Yeah, because that's the thing they talk about at the end, this idea of, like, moving as a unit.
Which is, like... It's cool, but I found it slightly misleading. But
I think it was purposely ambiguous, if ambiguous is the right word.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Like, it was kind of purposely, like, ooh, like vague.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, what's this?
Because I think so.
A lot of people, especially a lot of their audience, wouldn't know, because in the description it says interviews by Mike Christie. Now, I thought Richard Faraday helped them with the interviews, but maybe they've redone them all. Mike Christie is the guy who directed and basically he's Jump London and Jump Britain.
Yeah.
He's the godfather of parkour. Like, Jump London wouldn't have existed without him, neither would Jump Britain, and those were...
That's cool that they got him on.
They were the initial explosions of parkour in the UK and then subsequently the world. Whether or not Mike is now backing this project entirely, i.e. maybe he's producing something, maybe... I don't know the scope here, but very, very interesting nonetheless. But I liked the trailer. I think it had some cool... It was cool to see like a lot of the old footage used.
Well, they used a lot of footage of them moving as one, didn't they?
Yeah.
Which looks cool. And so it's shot nicely.
They talk about this.
That's why I was confused.
Yeah, but, they talk about this thing, this like dream of moving as a unit, which Darwin, like, I know you've got your own views on Storror. I know you think you can go out there and sniff them and find out where they are because you got a good nose and all that. But unless you learn how to speak English, you're just not going to get a good listener base on this podcast. All right?
Oh, okay, he was really listening to you then.
Yeah. My only thought, right, it feels like the documentary could be like, this is complete speculation, but it almost feels like it could be something that follows Storror over the years, i.e. like a throwback, and it looks at their journey, but also builds up to something in the same way that, you know how like... I don't know, Waiting for Lightning, the skateboarding documentary about Danny Way where he jumps the Great Wall of China.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, we watched it together.
Yeah, so it like has the journey of Danny Way, but also has this building up to a big feat, i.e. jumping the Great Wall of China. It almost feels like
that'd be cool if there's something like that involved.
They're nodding towards that.
Yeah.
But then it's like, okay, well, they're moving as a big unit, i.e., I'm assuming that means like a massive epic run. I've heard them speak before about like things they want to do where they want to build like their dream lines.
Yeah.
Like their dream kind of setups and stuff like this. Which could be sick. Like, because you think of the Canon commercial they did where they had like moving containers.
Whoa.
That's a big bark. That's not at us. That's at somebody outside the building. Darwin, sit down. Sorry, listeners. This is my life.
Wow. Yeah, no, that was really cool. If they could do something like that, I don't know whether they do that in the documentary, but if they could build their dream lines and get like a set completely made.
Yeah.
And it goes through each individual, whether it's all at the same time or like individual.
Well, it sounds like they want it.
They want it like all together.
Yeah.
Can they make their dream line all together? I don't know.
My only thought regarding that is we are, as humans, like you think about Danny jumping the Great Wall of China, that is a fucking huge jump for one. It was the world record that they did over the Great Wall. So it's a massive physical feat, which is kind of the most important part. Like you could take out the Great Wall and it would still be very impressive.
Yes.
My thought about this is it not, this is, as I said, complete speculation because they might not be doing this at all.
Yeah.
But if they were to, would it not just be more of like a performance?
Yeah.
Obviously, there'll probably be some incredible physical feats in there as well, and maybe the challenge.
It would feel like a performance, but I suppose it would mean more to them if it's their dream. If they like, I guess, this is speculation, but like if they would advertise it as their dream runs, then like it's going to have to mean a lot to them.
And if it's so funny how much we're speculating on this because they might not be meaning this at all.
Oh, no, it might. I'm pretty sure it's probably just going to be a documentary following what's happened.
I don't know because there was too much talking about that thing at the end. That's what's making me think this. Because I guess if you had like, I don't know, a ton of budget and a massive outdoor space or a warehouse and like basically building equipment to build whatever, like you think of someone like Max Cave. Yeah. He could basically say like, well, one of my favorite things to do is massive Tic Tac roof gaps. Yeah. I want to put one of them in here.
Make one,
I also want to do a massive polecat. And I guess the challenge could be building a giant set. If this isn't what they're doing, we're just pitching a really cool idea now. Imagine building a giant...
Listen to it and they'll be like, we'll do this. We haven't figured out an ending yet.
You build a giant set where everyone builds out their dream thing like this. And then the challenge is, they're all physically hard. The challenge is getting stamina enough to do them all together. Yeah. And then also
linking. Timing and filming it.
And linking them all together. Like that could be, and now that I've spoken that vocally out loud, that sounds pretty cool. So maybe it wouldn't be a performance and maybe it'd be fucking sick.
It would be really cool.
But if that happens in the documentary, maybe we caused it. Probably not. But this radiator is
they should. So have they? I might be being very dumb here, but have they filmed half of it, or are they still filming for the documentary?
So I don't like. Once again,
anything said?
The only thing I heard like well over a year ago was they had some plans to like do some traveling and almost revisit some of the famous places they've been over the years. Like I know when the Malta, the big arch fell in Malta, I think Callum maybe when we were out one day was like, oh, it's annoying because like we kind of wanted to go back there for the 10-year anniversary and jump off it again. Yeah. But now it's not there.
That's so savage.
So I don't know if they were planning on like, because obviously Corona's fucked up a lot of plans. Yeah. I don't know really. It's a lot of speculation. They've got 10 years of incredible history and tons of footage and stories to go back on that have built up to now. Yeah. So either
way, it'll be really sick. It'll be cool as well for their audience who have only just joined them in the last few years. Yeah. Because they wouldn't have seen a lot of the old stuff. Yeah. So I think it would still be quite a fresh video and documentary for those.
I think it has a lot of potential, and I think it also could if you marketed it right and angled it right, it could have a lot of mainstream potential that doesn't necessarily have to be like roof culture fear. It can just be like cool story.
Yeah. I suppose, are they doing that on demand, or do you reckon it's just for YouTube?
I think at this stage it will go bigger.
Bigger than on, do you reckon maybe like
Netflix
or something?
I don't know. That's complete speculation, but like given the scale of the team now and the contacts they've acquired over the years and things like this,
I'd be really sick actually if it was on Netflix.
Like there are shit sports documentaries on Netflix. Yeah. Like they've just got the right thing. Darwin, I'll take you back to Battersea.
No, that's fucking horrible.
I'll leave you with a little return note, just tied up.
That's where he got his dog.
Yeah,
for people who don't know.
It's Basti Dog's home. So come to Monday, yesterday.
Yeah.
They said on that day when they released the trailer, like, oh, there's a bomb coming on Monday. And like people were like, whoa, if this is what you dropped on Saturday, what's coming on Monday kind of thing. Built it all up. I've just spat all over my microphone.
Nice. Wow, Darwin.
Just to point out, he's not mistreated. He literally is just bored and he wants attention, even though he has a whole host of toys and he's been for walks and he's fed and everything. He just wants attention. It's Darwin, I love you, but sometimes I really don't. Okay, carry on. What did you think before we were talking about it yesterday? What did you think was coming on Monday? Because yesterday we were spitballing ideas before it came up.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I'd thought of anything at all. Oh
my God. Yeah, carry on. Sorry.
Before we actually spoke about it, I didn't think anything of it. Like, I wasn't really too bothered. Thanks, Darwin.
I'm going to pause this podcast. We're gonna. I think if I hold this button down, and we are back in the room. Sorry about that. What you didn't hear then is I just took Darwin for like a 15-minute walk. And to be fair to him, he did just do a couple of poos. So
rock solid ones.
Yeah. Oh, now somebody's ringing me.
Great.
Okay, I actually do need to take this. All right. That's
two pauses before half an hour has been hit.
Very unprofessional. And the problem is, due to the new piece of kit, it's kind of easier just to let that happen than I don't want to go through this in Premiere and cut them out.
No.
I might. I'll check it. But if this is still in, then yeah, you know.
Either way, apologies, but everything should be completely fine now. Oh my God.
So what we were just saying is, I think I just said to you, like, what did you think was going to happen on Monday with Storror's big thing?
Yeah.
And
which
you
I said I didn't really think anything of it. And then we spoke about it here and then it got me thinking.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, yeah, it must be something big.
So I messaged Toby because I was curious, because I was trying to get the insight and he didn't tell me because he's, keeping it secret.
Of course.
I was like, what's happening? I think I messaged him on 1010.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, something's coming out today, and then like a big switch up on Monday. So I was like, oh, a big switch up.
Yeah.
And they did that interview with BBC Southeast where Drew was like, things are going to change. It's going to be big and mysterious. So
we spoke about this, and that immediately for me and you, or maybe it was you who kind of sparked it off. I was thinking, are they going to change from YouTube to something else? If it's a big switch up and everything is going to change.
Yeah.
Then so oh shit, the rest of their video is going to be on some sort of platform. Like I don't know if they're going to be something big on Netflix or.
Yeah. So we were together on Monday, and therefore we sort of occasionally would be like, I wonder what it's going to be, because we were kind of excited. And I don't know, I think we both thought it was going to be monumentous. Like it felt potentially like it was going to be like, oh, Storror have signed a Netflix deal and they're going to get like a change. Or we were like, oh, maybe they're going to announce new athletes. Like maybe they're going to have a flow team.
Sorry, a van outside has got stuck in the dirt.
Is it actually?
Yes.
Savage.
Don't know why that was holding my attention. Yeah, I was. Yeah, they could have had new athletes on, because if they were, that would be a big change, because Storror are known for just them as kind of friends from the start. It feels like they have never been some sort of like team that you could maybe join.
Yeah, and on the one with Callum, he sort of said like in the future maybe it will be something that has to happen. Like obviously they can't go on at that pace until they're 50 or whatever.
For sure.
It was like, oh, maybe they've built a gym, maybe they're moving to LA to start a YouTuber house. I don't know. We were thinking it was going to be like a big change.
Well, it's because, exactly. We were thinking of switch ups, and I don't know. Were you surprised by what they did? What their
I was surprised. I think honestly, I think it's a fucking cool concept, and I'm really curious to see, because it's 10 days, right? I'm really curious to see like how big they can make it in terms of the hype, the content, the chase, like. Whether it's kind of, you're like,
it's something that I would love to have been a part, like not necessarily their thing, but like that sounds like something I'd want to be doing, like running away from people. And if they come, very
fun.
If they get close, it gets scary.
So far, what are we? We're like 3:00 on Tuesday.
Yeah.
They haven't really posted. Oh, okay. I'm just going to check their story.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Well, they said they were going to leave.
Stay tuned for today's clues.
Okay, good.
Yeah, because this is the thing.
Have this is what I hope that they'd stick to. They said they were going to have clues.
Yeah.
But then the first day, is it the first day today?
Today's technically the first day, but as of this morning.
Yeah, I was expecting clues a bit earlier on, but obviously, I don't know.
Get the ball rolling, I guess.
We were also discussing today, me and Giles, like what sort of clues are they going to do? Like, are they going to, like you said, a good way of doing it would be like...
Oh, there's some really cool stuff they could do that I don't know if they are, but like I said...
Taking a picture in a location that they just were in, or like the day.
Well, okay, so what I was going to go on to is how I wanted to discuss how, like, ideas of how to win it from both sides, i.e. if you're Storror or if you're chasing.
Yeah.
And also, we've already said that, other ideas of what it could be. Yeah. But one thing I realized is, like, if this was me doing it, I would bring with me a bag of Storror merch and leave it in places and be like, Tony Hawk's does it just when he's touring.
Yeah, he does skateboards
he's like,
and stuff.
Oh, there's a t-shirt under this bush, and it will be like, you'll have half a road sign in. It's kind of ambiguous. Or you're like, I don't know, I'm in Brighton and here's a photo of this bench and there's a t-shirt underneath it. And then what you would then do is then hide nearby and try and like...
See if you can... I don't know, you just give yourself a little bit of a scare, won't you? And especially if they're going to make content out of it.
Exactly.
I think they're smart enough that they will risk a lot for this
to make content,
because if you could make this really easy on their side.
Oh, well, okay. So this is the thing. So how would you win from their side? Like,
just give shit clues.
But there's so many different tactics, right?
Yeah. Well, you said about they could be in, let's say, Bristol. And then the next day when they're not in Bristol and I don't know, they're in fucking
Cardiff, post a photo of Bristol.
Exactly. You post a delay every time.
You just leave a trail of a delayed clue and nobody is going to know unless you get caught.
Yeah.
But if there are any, this is the thing. I wonder how many people are actually now like in their fucking car being like let's go. Like,
and wasting 10 grand's worth of petrol.
Yeah. Blowing money on petrol. Yeah. It's so cool though. Like, it's a really cool concept.
No, it's cool. Like, it makes me want to find them. It makes me want that. I hope that they post something where it's close. Post something close to where we are, and then we're like, oh.
I think they'll go. I think that they'll go around the UK. Like, they'll try.
Yeah.
But
and did they say how they were staying the night? Are they going to be camping? Is that just what
it's an assumption? Because that's the thing. If you really wanted to win,
if they're staying at if they're staying at people's houses, then
10 days without 10 days
it could get leaked.
10 days in this weather without a shower, and camping would be pretty savage. Yeah, because it's like if they stayed here, it would be easy enough to just like keep it under the radar. But also you could be like,
imagine us. Yeah,
you know, you got
one of us leaking it.
Yeah, you got a friend who needs 10k. You're like, come on, mate, pop over
to get that screwdriver that you left here last time.
Yeah. Oh shit. But technically, if you wanted to win, you would just camp in the middle of nowhere, stay off main roads, like stay away from, like basically just find a fucking tiny village and just camp on the outskirts.
Yeah.
Leave ambiguous trails that are a day late and just be kind of careful. And also there's this rule that you have to take the video
from 20 meters.
From 20 meters, or less than 20 meters, but can't be 2 meters.
Yeah.
And they have to all be in the video at the same time.
Yeah.
So surely if all 6 of them are have 6 of them together and then just make sure one of them at all times is 20 meters away.
Yeah,
so they can't be in the same thing.
Then that works. Yeah.
If you wanted to be pernickety, you could just be like,
what a fucking word.
That really freaked me out. I hope that's not some like weird.
What is that word? I've never heard that in my life.
It's like nitpicky.
Right.
But that like, there's so many old words like that.
I feel like you randomly come up with words and you say them and it's like you've never heard them before.
Pernickety. Placing too much emphasis on trivial or minor details.
I mean, I've never heard that word before.
It sounds like a racist term. That's why it freaked me out. It sounds like a racist term that Boris Johnson used to describe people.
Nice.
But it's not racist. I just had to check.
What I was going to say, it's good that they have done the 20 meter thing, because I can imagine so many people, maybe like if they're in a building and they see them from really far away, and they're just like, bang, take a photo. It's all over.
They've shared on their story, some kids saw them in a supermarket.
That is the funniest thing.
And didn't do anything.
How they described it, £10,000 slipped through his...
Imagine if he saw them in the supermarket and then walked out and then watched the YouTube video and was like, fuck! But that was Chichester, which is like an hour away from Brighton.
Yeah. But there you go. That was Chichester.
Yeah.
That's
your first clue.
Yeah, it's kind of a clue.
It's funny because I realized on Twitter, I think Storror like retweeted, because there's that Manhunt TV show. I think it's on BBC. I don't know if it's called Manhunt or whatever. And they retweeted it and they were like, piece of piss. That show, I think the only reason that's hard is, one, it's a TV show. So I feel like there's going to be some confining things in there to ensure. Have you ever seen it?
No, but
so they start teams of people, couples out from one unit, like in a warehouse in the middle of, let's say, Brighton.
Yeah.
And then there's this like crack team of like ex-policemen and things who have access to all the CCTV, or so you're led to believe.
Yeah.
They have access to like basically all the police tools that you would use to track someone down.
Wow, okay.
And the game is like, can you get away while literally being hunted by professionals?
Yeah. Oh no, I think I have heard. I think I must have seen something like this.
And people have got away and other people have got caught.
Yeah.
The reason I think that's quite hard is because they literally can just watch all the CCTV cameras and they can use all the creepy facial recognition that we have in the country and like all this shit.
Creepy.
I feel like this is fairly easy to do if they can make it as hard as they want.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like they could make it very easy for themselves, and I hope they make it hard for content's sake.
What, hard to be found?
No.
You hope to make it easy.
I make it hard for themselves.
Yeah.
I.e. leaving clues, staying close to them.
Well, that's what I hope. You can only imagine like the 10 days is up and like no one gets the 10K and then they think like, fuck, like no one even got close.
I wonder if they would rather give away the 10K because it's a cool story, depending on who it goes to. Because it could just go to a randomer who follows them on YouTube and not, because in your head you imagine a parkour. It might just be little Timmy who's 12. And his mum, because he's not 18, his mum gets custody of the money and then blows it all on bottles of wine. Not like, I don't know, some parkour kid who uses the money to fund his dream.
Yeah. That is getting me excited though, because we know a lot of free runners in the UK, so I wonder if anyone will actually
get it.
Yeah, and especially if they're going, like, I was wondering this, are they going to be training on this 10-day thing?
Yeah, or is it... You'd like to think so, because otherwise there's no parkour.
Yeah, but I feel like,
but also
maybe that makes it a proper challenge, because they'll end up going to locations, going to some spots. They'd have to literally walk like round the corners of spots and check to see if they're clear and be like, okay, we might be able to train at this spot for a little bit.
Yeah, I wonder.
They couldn't.
It'd be so funny if like they're training in like not like a town that doesn't really, let's say, have a community, and then some 30-year-old office worker who subscribed to them sees them and he's like, yeah, sick, cheers, 10 grand, like out of his office window.
If he's 20 meters in.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick. They can't go to London. They can't do that.
I feel like
that is risky.
London and Brighton.
I hope they travel through. It'd be awesome if they travel through London somehow.
Yeah, it would be sick if they took risks where they like wore disguises and really kind of made it quite hard for themselves.
Yeah.
Because you could just get in two cars so that you can't be seen together while you're traveling. And just like bum about countrysides.
Not the Storror Raptor though.
No, I think that might be a bit obvious.
But then again, do that anyway. They're all camping, that's got the most space.
But not all of them will be in that car, and it has to be all of them at once.
Exactly.
So,
but does it have to be all of them at once? Whoa!
Wow, that's a problem. Darwin. In a couple of weeks, you'll understand why this has become more of a problem.
Yeah.
Until then, we're keeping a few things under wraps. Oh, come back on Monday for our secret announcement. Darwin.
Game of Manhunt.
You don't own them.
I can't
Listen
see who
to
he's
that
growling.
Mean growl.
He's not that type of dog though.
No, he just looks like it.
Oh, it's because the guy's wearing a fluorescent...
he likes barking at fluorescent people. I don't know why. But anyway, it's a sick concept. How would you win it? I guess you would just have to
You'd have to be fucking on it, really, wouldn't you?
In a car, prepared to sleep in your car, prepared to basically just gas it after any clue.
Yeah, you probably... To make it fun as well for yourself, maybe you'd go, okay, they're doing this for 10 days. I'll do a little parkour trip for 10 days and I'll go and train in like locations because they'll probably end up visiting places where people train.
I wonder though.
Or they just,
I think it really depends if...
So at least once. Like they're not going to go round the UK into random...
I reckon they'll do a lot of like sleeping on roofs and things.
Yeah.
Like sleep on a roof above a parkour spot or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's whether or not they want to give the 10K away or if they don't. Yeah. I think that's the real deciding factor. Like it's going to come down to how hard they want to make it for themselves.
Imagine if they really don't want this 10K to go. If they like,
I mean, now they're remonetized. I don't think it's the big much of an issue.
That would make it scary for them.
Like if we did it, it would be a bit more of a like.
But fuck, don't let this slip through our fingers.
That wouldn't be fun.
No.
But no, it's sick. It's similar in a way to an idea that it's not that similar to our idea. We've had like an idea that kind of one that's on that hoodie there.
Yeah.
We want to run, but we're kind of waiting for the world. It would require a lot more freedom in terms of Corona.
A lot more freedom,
and a lot more organization.
That's cool. I like that more ideas like this are popping up.
Yeah. It's sick. It did make me think, I wonder if Storror are going to go down the Mr. Beast route where they start just giving loads of money away. Because he's just made a YouTube channel off of giving money away, which in return brings in more money. That's funny. He just recycles it.
That's so funny.
Which is pretty cool.
So before we've spoken about this for quite a while.
Yeah.
We've got a main topic.
Yes.
But before we move on, do you think that by describing this in a way of there is big change or like a big switch up, or things are going to change, is this the change? Because when I first watched that video uploading saying about what this is, like this game of tag,
feel like a change.
Yeah, it's like, okay, it's a change of video, but the way they were describing it was more of like it sounded to me a permanent change. Like a complete content shift.
But since they have announced it, there's been no like, and there's more to come.
Exactly. So I don't know whether maybe they just described it in a
slightly misleading hype.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Maybe, or there's something coming, but I guess we'll know.
Yeah, I mean, Odyssey's still coming, and that'll be, and they've still got the actual clothing to drop as well, so that'll be cool.
If anything, they've got a lot of really fucking cool stuff coming, so.
And they're always going to put out good stuff, so. Anyway, let's suck less Storror dick, and Farang just had a mini drop.
Yes.
To think, speaking of things, their parkour landing thing.
Foot fetish collection.
They got feet on the back of a shirt. They got socks with...
I'm joking. It's really cool.
It's funny, actually. I feel like everyone who's thought about making socks has thought about making socks with
Land Here or whatever it says.
Land Here or Aim Here or whatever. And some shorts, which obviously slightly miss summer in Europe, but I don't think it's the end of the world.
Like, people train in gyms.
Yeah, exactly.
And they get sweaty in gyms.
Yeah, very true.
No, that's cool.
Are we going to go on to the main topic, or should we touch on the World Chase Tag thing that's kind of old news, but it seems to be cracking off right now?
Well, maybe we should touch on that a tiny bit
because I've just basically mentioned it.
Well, yeah, you only just mentioned it to me today, and that kind of cleared up my confusion because I saw American people all together and Chase Tag, and then I didn't even put two of them together. I was like, they're American people in England.
It sort of got announced and happened very, very quickly. I don't know how long it's been in the works. What I do know is that World Chase Tag were trying to have like more competitions in the UK, and they had some really cool stuff lined up, and we were meant to have a team for it, and then it all fell through due to COVID. And I think they even rescheduled that, and then it fell through again, as has everything in the performance arts sector, etc. for the UK, Tory scum. So they announced, this was like late September, but we're covering this now because we're fresh and relevant, obviously. That they've had capital investment, i.e. money, from Tupelo Honey, which I thought, that's just a big investment firm or whatever. It apparently is literally a honey company.
Yeah.
I did a quick Google. I haven't looked into it in a huge amount. Which, apparently it's a rare type of honey, but they also have restaurants. So it sounds like a sponsorship.
Pretty cool.
I guess they were sponsored by that like sports bar brand.
Yes, I've forgotten the name of them, but yes, go something.
Unless I'm just really dumb and Tupelo Honey is also an investment company with the same name. But what apparently it has enabled them to get is an agreement with NBC SM or something, like one of the branches of NBC, whatever it is, that company, which has enabled them to get US distribution of a US championships of Chase Tag. So we're going to have the All-American US Champions of World Chase Tag. And there's going to be a bunch of 4 guys who have that as their title.
Yeah, that would be really cool to watch. So I wonder how different that will look.
It's NBCSN, that's it, yeah. So 15th of November to the 18th of December is when it's showing on TV. Yeah. But they're all together right now filming it in Atlanta.
So do you know who's taking part?
Loads of people by the looks of it.
Yeah.
I think 8 teams. They're all staying in a hotel. Because the first stuff I saw of it was like half of these American guys suddenly all in the same place doing COVID tests and then being quarantined to hotel rooms. I was like, what is going on? And then I suddenly put 2 and 2 together.
That's cool.
But that's cool. I mean, it's so funny that just, I think, through the fact that chase tag is so easily marketable and you can confine it into one room and it's like a show and it's also a physical thing, i.e. it's this whole UFC chase tag comparison that they like to do. You can understand why there's so much money going into it already, whereas it's much harder to pump money into parkour because it's like, are we pumping it into the Red Bull Lot of Motion or the Air Whip Challenge?
So entertaining for everyone.
There's going to be, I reckon before long, there's going to be more people making proper money off World Chase Tag than parkour, people who make proper money off parkour.
So I want to know how they got their rig built up again, because they definitely didn't take it from England, did they?
I mean, given that it's scaffolding and stuff, they probably just manufactured one out there.
Yeah.
Like if they had capital investment, they probably said, well, there's a fee to build.
They're quite like particular with what they include in there.
Yeah.
You've seen, do you remember Kieran's chase tag video where they got ripped off by a thingy?
Yeah.
And they've got all of like the obstacles that are like actually have names.
Yeah. Well, you can buy the license to have a World Chase Tag set up in your gym. Like there's ones in like random.
Oh shit.
You can like, because Damien and Christian are super cool. Like they want people to basically have setups. Mm-hmm. So I'm assuming you can kind of buy the license and then have, like, it wouldn't cost much to get the scaffolding and the right setup to build your own.
Yeah.
And they can obviously come in. I'm assuming those two have flown out there.
Yeah.
They must have done. Yeah. But it's sick. Like, I don't know if NBCSN is a massive channel. I don't know if it'll be shown at 1 a.m. or whatever. But given the popularity of that show on Facebook and YouTube, if they can just keep pushing into that like hectic live environment, and if it provides revenue for parkour athletes to like have, because it's so fucking fun.
Yeah.
I love watching gnarly. Like it's so, have you actually done it yet?
No, because I was injured when you guys took part, but I was there watching it live and it was so enjoyable.
It's so sick.
So fun. The people people falling over near me. It's mostly just people getting hurt. People getting hurt.
But
it is cool. And, and that's why I'm just so excited to see Americans take place, because so many athletes that I want to see how they kind of.
And the cool thing is that hopefully it'll obviously, I'm assuming, have a bit of an American twist to it, because
you think?
God bless America. But I don't think it will be nearly as like showy as
Ultimate Tag.
Like I'm fine if Davis is like getting fucking aggy and like, you know, a bit of trash talk between teams and a little bit of like showmanship when you win. Like I'm all for that, because that's like UFC. Like somebody wins, they're like, come on. I'm all for that, but I don't want the like sort of, and now the Mega Man does a breakdancing move after he slam dunked. Fuck that.
It would be good.
Yeah,
if it's chase tag, I'm
down for
it. It's gonna be good.
Yeah. So should we move on to our main?
Fucking crack on.
Oh,
it's not move suffix.
Shall we? I can't not now do that. Shall we ring George
McGowan?
Yeah, I mean that was a terrible Irish accent. Were you even Irish? No. Or were you trying to be Liverpudlian?
Yes.
Liverpool. I just want to ring people. Here we go.
I wonder where he is. I reckon he's in his house playing RuneScape.
Okay, and if he picks up, what you're going to hear is he'll just go, hello? What's happening? Let's see what happens. I love him so much. Please.
Hello?
Hello?
What's happening?
Of course. George, you're live on the Motus Prodcast right now.
Ballix.
You are?
Ballix.
We've plugged the phone in and you're live.
Can you not hear me?
I can hear Kelan, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm all good, yeah.
What are you up to?
RuneScape.
Take one guess.
RuneScape?
You know.
No way! George, I guessed that. I said he's probably in his house playing RuneScape, because it's probably raining outside.
Yeah, I'm going to coach soon.
Nice. Is it raining?
In like an hour or two. Yeah, it's raining, mate.
Savage. How's life?
What?
How's life?
Yeah. It's been good, yeah.
Good.
And coaching, that's it really.
Amazing. Yeah, we thought we'd just test out the equipment, because you can plug phones into this new thing that we've got. So we wanted to try and call someone, and we thought we'll call you and see what you're up to.
When are we getting more TT footage from you?
On Wednesday.
Beautiful.
Tomorrow. If tomorrow's dry, I've already got a wee bit of footage, so
Good.
If tomorrow's dry, then I should be able to send some over tomorrow night.
Amazing.
Love it.
Well, we'll leave you at that, George. I love you very much.
Okay, I love you too. Nice to speak to you.
Bye.
Laters.
Oh, we guessed it. We got that.
I knew he would.
Hello, and what's happening?
What's happening? Take one guess. Rude escape.
All right, okay. Our main topic. Is it even a main topic? We're probably going to speak about it for less time.
It's not. It's more just something we left out from last time.
Listener questions. We had a couple that relate to this.
Yeah.
The main one was how to revive a community, but we've also had like, how would you start a local community? Let's say that you don't live in a large city. Let's say we've got a really good example because
nice English. We've kind of done this slightly.
I wouldn't even say it's us.
But it started with a group chat, and I'm pretty sure either you or me created that group chat, and they use that now. So
I don't know. Who started that? I don't think I did.
I might have done it then because I did.
Yeah,
because
I think you did.
What do you call
admin,
it?
Yeah.
Admin on WhatsApp.
Boss.
But, I mean, group chats obviously are one of the best things to do, but if you don't have the people to put in the group chats, then that's a bit fucking useless.
Yeah, so I think we've had it where people are like, I'm the only person in my town who does parkour.
Yeah.
That is tough.
That is tough, and it might be true, but you need to look closer because there was more people than I thought that trained in not even my area, but like close to me.
Yeah, so what I
you
think
can stitch that together.
You need to do is if you are willing to, if you travel to somewhere else, let's say you travel to London and you make friends. This is like building a community.
Bringing people back.
Exactly.
But then is that a community of that area?
No, but then...
You've got a community to latch onto, I guess. If you want to be part of a community, then...
Yeah, but. So your first, technically, the optimum thing I would say is you yourself do parkour, go out and this can all be applied to reviving a community because basically we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
A dead community.
Yeah.
You yourself do parkour and you want more people to train with. Mm-hmm. You kind of have to take this on your own shoulders and say, cool, well, I've like searched like nearby towns and gone like Maidstone, parkour. Yeah. And then you go through YouTube or whatever. So video content is a big one. Even if you go out on your own, just make sure that you're like tagging the area, because
someone might be in your situation and trying to find someone to train,
and they'll say, "Oh shit,
it's your video that they find,"
or "I live 10 minutes away." So that's a good start. Mm-hmm. So I would say you have to maintain doing that. The other thing is travel to other places. A bit of a sacrifice depending on public transport. If you live in a tiny village, obviously that's harder. But that being said, I grew up in a tiny village. You grew up in a tiny village. Yeah. Like I just used to get the train to London every weekend, which is savage, but like it's kind of just what I did.
Yeah.
Travel, make friends, and then before you know it, you'll be inviting them back if you have good spots. If you don't have good spots, you're going to struggle.
Yeah, like this is the hard thing. You need to find somewhere close enough that you can call like your local to train at.
Because otherwise you haven't got anything to draw people in.
Because technically both me and Giles, even though there are spots in our villages, it's not technically something. Actually, no, maybe yours is more.
Hawkhurst has got better.
And it's better than mine. But like, I wouldn't say that's my local place where I train.
No, like and if we're going to go meet up,
specifically bring people to where I live.
Yeah. So the other thing is, as you start to get members, start a group chat like Kelan did, because you started this a few years ago.
There wasn't. That's the thing. It kind of does itself. It works itself.
Yeah.
So like there was only a few, maybe like 4 or 5 people in the chat, including me. And then those people have friends, and they have friends of friends, and slowly they're adding. Like I'm not even the only admin on there now. I've just given that to someone else, and then they'll. And
also, we've had the occasional person who's like moved into the town for work for 6 months.
And you add them to the chat,
added in, and then they've left again. But it's like it gives somewhere to go. Oh, who's training? Like always, our group chat's going off. Like who's training this weekend? Who's training? Which it just builds itself, and there's like a solid group locally of like young guys, and it's. Technically, it's called Kent Parkour, the like group chat, but we're a tiny portion of Kent, and most of Kent is actually to the east of us. We're on the very southwesterly border of our county.
Yeah. But really, this wasn't a community from nothing. There was actually people who were already kind of trained because there was a gymnastics place. But like if you are, let's just say you have a place that actually has good spots. You live in a place that has a good amount of spots for a day, and you have no one to train with.
Yeah.
it's going to take a lot of time before you've got a proper community. There isn't like
unless
there isn't just
your
a quick
spots
hack.
are fucking banging.
Oh yeah,
and then you just
everyone.
have to shine the light on them.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if you're living next to Vauxhall and you just go, guys, this is here, then you're going to be
you're going to get loads of people. Exactly.
Yeah,
but it's not something that especially if you're going to try and revive a community, it's not something that can happen instantly, and it probably will take a lot of work. But
yeah, I think the one thing you seem to get a lot of is people going, there's no community here, it's dead. It's like, well, if you're there, then you are the person who can start that. No one's going to start that.
You're contributing to the dead community.
Yeah.
You're not really doing anything for
You've got to try and do something. Like, let's say Hawkhurst on its own has no community apart from me, because I basically just like, I've got no incentive and it would be cool to have someone local to train with, but
yeah, but it's probably most likely going to be a kid.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad thing.
A little like, you
get seen by all the local mums. Who's this tattered guy jumping around on walls?
Yeah. But yeah, it's not that complex. It really is just requires probably a bit of sacrifice and hard work. And if you really want it, it'll happen. Like,
yeah.
And also not everywhere is perfectly suitable for parkour. And if your village has 2 walls, then you kind of just got to accept that you're limited by that. And if you want to get out, you got to travel.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, that's another thing. It's just try and get into other group chats of local towns. And maybe there's somebody who actually lives near you, but trains in the bigger town. And maybe you don't drive, but they do. And like,
there you go.
You can kind of just build these connections. Because there's a lot of people in our community who like can't drive and they give each other lifts. And like some of them go out their way, a long way to like pick someone up to bring them out training because people want to train with people.
Exactly.
We're all nice guys, apart from the dicks.
Yourself.
Yeah, me. Predominantly.
The stuff that you put in the group chat is always so like, I know it's a joke, but for the people who are in the chat who don't know you very well, it's so funny.
People are like, who's out training? And I'm like, I'm training on my mental fortitude at home. It was the video of Darwin's
bumhole.
Yeah.
You were about to not say it.
I was going to not say it because it was grotesque.
I've sent that to people.
It's honestly one of the best videos I've ever filmed.
I sent it to Ian, my neighbour, because he was like, well,
it's shocking. Like, you just don't expect it.
It's such a horrible video.
Yeah.
It's great, though.
We'll just play the audio.
No.
That wasn't even close.
That isn't the audio. It has you going, look at this. You can see his poo.
No. Now people know.
Now they know why he whines when he's in the office. Because they're looking at his poo.
It wasn't just poo, it was inside. No, okay. Why do we always talk about such juvenile things? I'm 30.
Because you're juvenile.
I am. We got quite a lot of stuff to do. So, in fact, we need to drive away and pick some stuff up. So, we should probably wrap this up. But
more secrets.
More secrets ready for next Monday. But it won't be next week. Hey, that's what you want after World Chase Tag.
Didn't know what button it was and I guessed. That was so good.
Yeah. What day are we looking at? It's what we got some cool stuff lined up. I think Halloween's going to be fun if things line up.
Yes.
Black Friday's going to be fun.
I'm excited for Halloween.
But we got some stuff we're working on.
Just watch out for Halloween, Black Friday, and Cyber Monday, pretty much.
Woo. Well, and Christmas and tomorrow.
No.
Next
Forget
Monday.
That. Forget Christmas and stuff.
Christmas,
innit?
Sorry, I'm just getting important emails about parcel delivery.
Nice.
Shouldn't be checking my phone. I was looking at dates. I don't know when we'll be announcing the thing that we're currently working on, but it'll be in a couple of weeks, I reckon. Yes. So that'll be fun. If everything goes to plan. Anything else you want to talk about?
No.
You got any good music?
No.
Oh, you know what?
No.
My Spotify Discover Weekly kicked up some stuff this morning. Sometimes
I forgot that was a thing.
Sometimes it's awful, and then this morning it just nailed it. I don't know why I was going to bring this up, but it played Pendulum are back. Do you remember them?
Yes,
DMB?
I've seen them live.
I saw them live,
but I was 10.
I saw them live at the BBC Radio 1's big weekend, and it was fucking mental.
What are they like? Drum and
they're like really kind of mainstream drum and bass stuff. Like they're almost like radio friendly drum and bass.
Oh really?
But yeah, I used to love a bit of Pendulum, and I was walking the dog like.
Sick.
Anyway, that's fucking irrelevant.
No, I liked the thing that you recommended, the Daily Drive or whatever it was. I played that.
Yes, although now
I just skipped all
the news. Yeah, you just and it's like talk.
It's
sport.
basically just like the stuff I've been listening to.
But it doesn't seem to update very often. So
really?
I'm already a bit bored of it because it's just the same music. I'm like, cool, I've heard this song 5 times in the last day.
Nice.
Wicked. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Oh, we've just restocked the tour t-shirts and the long strung up long sleeve. Tons of them in stock, but last time the long sleeve sold out in like days. So maybe be on it. I don't know how fast they're selling. I haven't checked.
Be on it. They're moving fast. They're already sold out.
Oh God, the scarcity. There's only one left in stock.
That's what I'm saying.
5 people have viewed this page. Somebody in Dorchester bought a size large. If you ever see that stuff on websites, by the way, where it's like somebody in Birmingham just bought this it's all fake.
Yeah.
It's literally, the website is designed, I can turn it on our website if I want. And it's just literally, it's a button and it just picks a random location and picks an object, a thing in a size. Do not believe it.
Just creates anxiety for people with anxiety who's trying to buy stuff. Oh, fuck, I've got to get it now.
But we have got new products in the way. I have just found out they're a little bit more delayed than I expected because of just, COVID, factories, etc. But looking like early November, mid-November for new stuff. So get excited for that. We got some cool stuff. We're bringing back the cargo pants. I'm just going to fucking say that right now.
You fucking threw that in there, didn't you?
Yeah. Hey, exclusive. We need like a... Oh, no, not that.
We're bringing back the cargo pants. That's so terrible.
In two colorways.
Nice.
One a more classic black, and then one in a more kind of like a beigey, like browny, classic kind of cargo pant style. No, people will like that one.
Fucked up. I'm joking.
And then some other pieces, and then we're also working on some really cool stuff that we won't talk about yet. But yeah, loads of secrets. What are you doing? You're just sticking a sticker to your phone.
Orange circle.
Good. Are we done?
Yeah.
Go on. Do you want to hit it? Love you. Bye.
I nearly hit the fucking... Can we finish with that from now on? Or do we get another one? Or do we always finish with it?
We always finish with it.